I never thought a simple bank notification could detonate a 10-year marriage. It arrived at 2:17 a.m., a tiny, sterile ping from my phone on the nightstand. The screen glowed in our dark bedroom, illuminating the curve of my wife Sarah's shoulder as she slept beside me. The alert was for our shared savings account. A single charge for $178.50 at a place called the Gilded Lily, a hotel I'd never heard of. But it wasn't the amount that made my blood run cold. It was the timestamp. 4:30 p.m. last Tuesday. The same afternoon she'd called me, voice strained with faint exhaustion, saying her client dinner in downtown Chicago had run late and she was just getting home. But our home is in Lincoln Park, a 30-minute drive from the Loop. The Gilded Lily was a boutique hotel in the West Loop, just blocks from where she worked. Suddenly, 1,000 tiny, dismissed details clicked into place, forming a picture so ugly I couldn't breathe. I stared at her sleeping face, a stranger's face, and knew with chilling certainty I was looking at a receipt for my own betrayal. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. The weeks that followed were a masterclass in quiet torment. I became a ghost in my own home, watching Sarah move through our life with a terrifying new transparency. Her phone, once left casually on the kitchen counter, was now glued to her hip. She'd smile at me, but her eyes were distant, already somewhere else. The late nights at the office became more frequent. The drinks with the girls always ended with a suspiciously dead phone battery. She was careless, arrogant. She thought I was a fool. And for a while, I let her. I played the part of the devoted, slightly clueless husband. I made her favorite dinners. I asked about her day, listening to the intricate web of lies she spun, each one a fresh twist of the knife in my gut. One evening, I accidentally left my tablet recording on the bookshelf in our living room before I went for a run. When I came back, I synced the audio file to my laptop and listened. I heard her on the phone. Her voice was different, giddy, breathless. It was a voice I hadn't heard directed at me in years. She was talking to him. His name was Marcus, senior partner at her firm. I heard her laugh about me, about how I was so wrapped up in my work I'd never notice. She called me predictable, safe. Each word was a lit match dropped on my heart. She talked about their future, about how Marcus was going to leave his wife. They were planning a trip to Miami, a work conference she hadn't mentioned to me yet. That night, I didn't sleep. The hurt had curdled into something else, something cold and sharp. Revenge wasn't just a desire, it was a necessity. It was the only way I was going to survive this. My first call was to the best divorce attorney in Chicago. A shark named Elizabeth Reed, whose office overlooked the river from a high-rise on Wacker Drive. I laid it all out. It's the bank statements, the hotel charge, the audio recording. Elizabeth was methodical, her face unreadable. She told me the recording was inadmissible in an Illinois court, but it was our roadmap. We needed more. We needed concrete, undeniable proof that would not only win the divorce, but dismantle Sarah's entire life. The plan was simple, but brutal. We would let her walk deeper into the trap she'd set for herself. For the next 2 months, I became an actor. I feigned ignorance as I watched our savings money I had earned, money we had set aside for our future, for a family dwindle. Dinners at Gibson's Bar and Steakhouse, weekend getaways to Lake Geneva that she disguised as solo wellness trips. I documented every single transaction, cross-referencing them with her calendar of lies. I hired a private investigator, a former cop named Frank, who tailed her and Marcus. He came back with a treasure trove. Photos of them kissing in the parking garage at 333 North Green Street, receipts from jewelry stores. Even got footage of them entering the same room at the Gilded Lily, the one that started it all. Every piece of evidence was another nail in her coffin. The Miami conference was the end game. Sarah was practically vibrating with excitement. She packed her best dresses, her new lingerie, kind she hadn't worn for me in years. The day she left, she kissed me goodbye at the door, her eyes shining with deceit. "I'll miss you so much," she whispered. "I wish you could come." I just smiled. "Me too, honey. Work hard." The moment her Uber turned the corner, my plan kicked into high gear. The first bomb dropped 48 hours later. Sarah and Marcus were having brunch at a trendy spot in South Beach when they were served. Not with divorce papers. That was too simple. They were served with a civil lawsuit. I was suing Marcus for dissipation of marital assets. Every dollar he had encouraged Sarah to spend on their affair, the hotels, the dinners, the gifts, was itemized in excruciating detail. The lawsuit named him his position at the firm and included a copy sent directly to the firm's managing partners and their HR department. Simultaneously, a packet of information landed on the desk of Marcus's wife. It contained Frank's photos, hotel receipts, and a concise, lawyer-approved summary of their affair. The second bomb was for Sarah. While she was reeling from the lawsuit, I had movers empty our apartment. Everything was put into storage. I closed our shared bank accounts, leaving her with only the credit card she had in her wallet, a card that was now maxed out. When she finally managed to book a flight back to Chicago, panicked and hysterical, she arrived at an empty home with a single envelope taped to the door. Inside were the divorce papers and a restraining order, citing her infidelity and erratic behavior. Her key no longer worked. The fallout was spectacular. Marcus was immediately suspended from his firm pending an internal investigation, his career and marriage in ashes. Sarah was a social pariah. Her friends who had covered for her now wouldn't answer her calls. She was locked out of her home, her bank accounts, and her life. I watched it all unfold from a distance, from a new apartment I'd leased downtown. There were no shouting matches, no tearful confrontations, just the cold, clean execution of a plan born from unimaginable pain. I saw her one last time, months later, across the polished floor of the Daly Center courthouse. She looked hollowed out, a ghost of the vibrant woman I had once loved. Her arrogance was gone, replaced by a desperate, haunted look. Our eyes met for a fraction of a second. There was no anger in her gaze, no hatred, just the dawning, soul-crushing realization of what she had lost. And in that moment, I felt nothing. No satisfaction, no joy, just a vast, chilling quiet. The fire of my rage had burned itself out, leaving only cold, gray ash behind. The end.